You have to be there to appreciate the first time a child sees the sea, and you explain it's the Atlantic Ocean, and he turns around and says, wow, it's amazing, which is the deep end. And you think, my goodness, that's incredible.
It's just good to know that you'll always have friends, that when you're here you'll never be on your own.
It gets him away from this area to somewhere totally different, to where he's never been, for him to go and have a bit of fun and a bit of time to relax to himself.
The majority of the children come here so that there's all sorts of reasons, but there are many abuse cases, sadly. It can be sexual, it can be emotional, it can be physical. It's a horrendous thing to do to a young child. It's just awful. But when you can make a difference to that child's life and try and get them back to a bit of trust and show that there is care in people, it makes a big difference. There are poverty cases.
Where I live is a very toxic environment because I have a gas plant in front of me and a rubbish tip behind me.
There are cases of large families, parents or maybe a single parent simply not coping, and the child not understanding what it's like to get on with other children or other people, not being given the chance.
Well, I go to this place called the Carers, and it's just for like people who you care for your brother or your mum.
Where I live it's loud and noisy, and up here there's like dead peaceful and quiet, and there's hardly any shops and schools. So I'd say I would prefer it up here.
I remember someone's father saying to me, you know, my son came back and he went on a horse, you know, he went on a horse, can you believe it? And he'd gone round to his neighbours and said, look at my son on there, look, he's on a horse. And his son realised that his dad was actually proud of something that he'd done. And it's, you know, when you're at school getting into trouble, getting excluded, maybe these things are going on, to be able to have your father be proud of you like that is very special.
Achievements, yes, I've achieved like doing horse riding, rock climbing. I've got to the top twice, and I know how to do when you climb down instead of when you jump down slowly, walk down. What is it called? I forgot.
I think the thing that made the biggest difference to me was a young child who totally lost trust for various reasons in adults. And about part way through, she was very quiet, very low self-esteem. We'd just been face painting, and I'd been made up to be a right monster. Okay, it didn't take a lot, fair enough. But I was sat there with all the teeth and everything. And I said, aren't you scared sitting on this monster? And she just looked up and says, no, she said, I know you. And she pointed at the Chicks logo and said, and that's safe. And from that moment on, she just grew in trust of the adults around her. And it's that sort of thing, when you actually experience that you know you're making a difference.
Young people that go to Chicks have got something to say. You know, when you go back to school after the summer holidays and your friends say, what did you do over the summer? Or the teacher says, can you write something about what you did? Then suddenly they've got pages and pages they can write about and things that they're proud of doing. And that's important to their self-esteem because it makes them feel that they've got something they can be pleased with and be proud of.
All throughout the course of the week we take photographs of what they've done, which we then present to them on the last night as a compilation, and so they can take them home, I take them to school, and they can show people that they were really sat on that horse. They were really up that tree or on that zip wire or in that canoe or whatever it is we've been doing, as absolute proof. And they're delighted with this. There is one instance where there was a child with some behavioural difficulties when he was at school, but chicks really calmed him down well. And these pictures, the teacher keeps the pictures in the classroom, and every time he's looking like he's about to explode, she gets the pictures out and he comes and sits down and they have a chat about what they were doing, and it calms him right down. And this was over a year ago now, and it still works. And this is just because of the pictures that this child has had and the memories that he's got, his memories he's got from chicks, which has made such an effect on him. And hopefully that will last forever, probably. It is amazing. The difference chicks makes is incredible.
When I keep looking at these, I feel that I've made new friends that I didn't even know I made. And it just felt that I'd achieved something that I didn't even know about.
My memories help me when I'm angry because I know that I'll come here again.
I've just had a load of good memories and good times, really. And I would love to come here 1,000 more times.